last night, or even before it gets dark, I could feel that it will become really cold. So I decided to build up my tent and not to sleep entirely outside. And this was definitely a good decision. But I'm still a little bit tired. Honestly, it feels like it would be October. Not nice, but then I can start exercising. Since 2.5 kilometers I'm hiking downhill down to the valley of the river Lauter, which is really beautiful over there. Diese großen Blätter, die hier den Fluss säumen. Als Kind haben wir immer Bachbabbeleblatt dazu gesagt. After only 12 kilometers I had to stop hiking because there is a little thunderstorm coming and really a lot of rain, and so I had to stop immediately because otherwise I would hiking for hours in the rain, which is not fun. After I lost all the Facebook memories in the last days, I was thinking about the topic to let things go and to let go thoughts. We don't usually ask ourselves what we could let go of because we are all conditioned to want to keep our possessions. However, the more possessions we have, the more burden we accumulate, which make our lives really difficult. Letting go doesn't just refer to material possessions, but also to mental baggage, which makes our lives much harder than any old storage cupboard. Before I started Trees of Memory, I gave away and sold everything I owned. I carried 14 large suitcases full of clothes to the homeless shelter, plus 3 bags of 40 pairs of shoes. I gave away all the souvenirs I had collected over the years to my friends, and the work of art on the walls I had to sell off at knockdown prices because I couldn't get rid of it otherwise. Even a hand-woven carpet worth several thousand euros I had to give away in the end for 100 lousy euros. At first, despite the great goal I had, it was really hard and not infrequently tears flowed, because it was so hard for me to let go of everything and end up with nothing. And of course I had fear. But with each piece that went, it became easier in my heart. This was very surprising. After 50% of the things were gone, the desire to get rid of all the things as quickly as possible grew. In the end, I just put boxes full of kitchen utensils on the street, where collectors really fought over them. Nobody wanted to buy anything from me, but on the street they fought over the best pieces. This was really absurd. By letting go of my possessions, a mental lightness appeared, which made it easier and easier for me. like old stuff from the basement. Old memories, fears or worries surfaced, and I realized that I can just let go of those two because I no longer had any attachment to them. Other thoughts, which kept coming back and going round and round in my mind, I couldn't get rid of so easily, but by devoting myself to them in meditation with full concentration, I was able to let them go after a while. This process can be practiced. Today, 3 years later, it is still the case that everything I have to buy no longer pleases me, but rather burdens me a lot. The things I buy no longer have any value and are not designer items. I only buy with the feeling that I can throw it into the rubbish, or tomorrow I could leave them behind, and this with a very clear conscience. I also try to avoid I try to avoid new mental attachments and give them no more room to take hold. This works in, let's say, 90% of all cases. Have you ever heard the beautiful sentence that you should let go of what you love? If it comes back to you, you can keep it forever. At the beginning of this year, I received an email from the woman who took the carpet from me. She wrote that it had always belonged to me and that she only ever saw herself as a guardian of it, and that she would like to give it back to me now, as I live in Berlin too. Now, it is in my winter room, in front of my bed. There is a movement in America to reduce personal possessions to 33 things. Women are reducing their wardrobe to 33 items of clothing. The experience they are having are really great because nobody is aware that they have only 33 things to wear. Digital nomads reduce everything to the capacity of a rucksack. With that, you can just go whenever you want. What I still carry around with freeze of memory is still far too much. I don't need it all. When it was less, and I only had one rucksack, I was very often treated on the street like a evil homeless person. Now, with my high-tech vehicle, I suddenly get the attention it needs. But this is also a bad and evil sign in our society. I have to come along with a hiking Bugatti so that people will listen to me. I am defined by having, and my being is subordinate to that. Having doesn't define me, and having doesn't make you a better person either. What can you let go of? Why you are not trying to give some stuff away to friends, just like that, and to acquaintances, and feel what it does to you?